Welcome back to my channel. The video you're about to watch I actually recorded yesterday, but the intro got messed up a little bit. Somehow the recording ended up skipping and cutting out just a couple seconds of recording, but I figured I should record another intro. It's a cosplay type video. I am dressing up as one of my characters and dyeing my hair for it. Woohoo! And along the way, I just tell you about that character. So it was a fun video to record. I just didn't realize that the intro had gotten messed up, and yeah, so here I am. And I do want to apologize for the noise during the first 10 minutes of the video. I do explain it in the video and apologize, but I just wanted to apologize again. I didn't realize it was going to be so loud. I thought the washer was going to stop in 2 minutes or something, but instead it goes on for quite a bit of the video, so I apologize for that. I also apologize for the switching back and forth of video quality. Most of the video was filmed on my computer, and then my computer stopped recording. I have no space on my computer or my phone. Honestly, it's a problem that I need to fix. But my computer stopped recording after a while, and so then I spent a very long time freeing up space on both my computer and my phone, and when I resumed recording, I was recording on both my phone and my computer, and I decided to put the video from my phone in for that portion, but my phone also stopped recording before my computer did, so the last minute or two is recorded from my computer again. And this is recorded from my phone. So you get the intro recorded by my phone, the majority of the video from my computer, then about 10 minutes or between 5 and 10 minutes recorded from my phone, and then the last 2 minutes on my computer again. So I'm sorry. I'm going to be trying to switch to my phone in future videos, but I do need to free up a lot more space on my phone, and so I'm going to, over the next few weeks, that's what I'm going to be trying to do. I still have a couple of pre-recorded book review videos that I'm going to be uploading. I think I have 2 more, so I'm going to be uploading those, and then after that, when I record, hopefully I'll be able to use my phone instead. And I now have a new microphone, and so I can record the audio on the mic and the video on my phone, and hopefully all together it will just be a much better video. So we'll see. That is the plan. If I do film on my phone, I'm going to have a really bad habit of looking from the actual camera and then the phone screen. And that's what I'm doing now, is looking back and forth, and I'm trying not to, but it's very difficult for me not to. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say. I just wanted to give this video a proper intro and explain a few things. And now, without further ado, let's get into the video. A friend gave me this idea, my good friend Saige Ross, who is also a writer and who I met through an amazing writing community. She gave me this idea because we were video calling the other day, and I did a very Ben thing. And she commented on how my hair is kind of like the length his gets when he lets it grow out really long, or when Colette lets him grow it out. And she commented that it was pretty much the same length and that I should dye it black and do a cosplay as him. And I thought, you know what, that's a really good idea. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I have a Star Wars shirt on. Definitely something that Ben would wear. I had another option I was going to wear. I was also going to wear this one, May the Force be with you. My high school teacher got me this one, and it's amazing. And it's another very Ben shirt, but I asked Saige, and she said that Joanna liked this one. Joanna is Saige's character, and she's part of Ben's life. So this is the shirt I went with, and now I'm ready to do this. Excuse the noise outside my door. The washer is going. My brother just put a load of clothes in, and I thought it had stopped, but apparently not. So ignore that. It should be done in a few minutes. So I have with me, I have this. It is Mofajang, or Mofajang, whatever. I don't think anybody really knows how to pronounce this. Anybody that I've seen do videos with this hair coloring. Yeah, Mofajang hair coloring. It's black. I don't know how black it's going to be, so we'll see. I do have some red of this, and I've only done it all over all of my hair once, and that was in preparation for this video because I wanted to see how well this stuff would work covering all of my hair, and it did okay. It's a little bit strange, like it's not really meant for my type of hair, and so it's kind of difficult because it does make it very stiff, and I don't usually like style my hair with gel or anything. I did when it was a little bit shorter, but now that it's grown out, I don't really use gel or anything, so we'll see how it works. My hair is damp, but it's getting drier by the second. It doesn't retain moisture like it did when it was 3 feet long. It's probably an exaggeration, but it was very long, and it would stay wet forever, and now it dries really quickly, and I'm still not quite used to that. I mean, usually it's great, but when I have to do something like this where it needs to stay damp for a little while, it's not so great. So I have this. I have a pot of water with me to wash my hands in because I am filming in my bedroom. I was gonna film in the bathroom, but it'd be really hard to set up in there, and it's just kind of strange, and I don't want to like hog the bathroom for however long this takes because we only have one bathroom. And so I just decided to film in my room. So I have a pot of water to wash my hands. I have towels. Hopefully this doesn't get too messy. It is very, very messy, but I'm hoping that I can like just wash my hands once and then, or at least wash one of them so I can open my door and go wash my hands in the bathroom. So we'll see. And I don't think I'll get any on my shirt. My hair's not really long enough, but I don't want to chance it, so there we go. I'll just get it on the towel instead. That's totally fine. I'm stalling, but I'm just gonna get into it. So, okay, it's kind of like a grayish black, so hopefully it just turns out black. Oh my gosh, take my ring off. Oh, this is also the first video with my new microphone, so hopefully sound turns out okay. Oh my gosh, it just gets everywhere. Here we go. There's no turning back now. So, I do have some questions for Ben, which I just realized I can't look at because my hands are gross. Hang on, let me get them up. Saige gave me some questions. But before I get into them, I'm just going to say a little bit more about Saige. She is amazing. And if it wasn't for her, Here's to the Underdogs wouldn't exist. Great, it looks amazing already. It's also not great doing this like without a proper mirror. I didn't set one up. I do have one, but I figured I could do this just looking at my computer, and it's not too bad, but it's also not great. Anyway, oh gosh. So, Saige is the reason Underdogs exists. Without her, first of all, I wouldn't have thought to give Ben his own book. He was going to be like a supporting character in Colette's book, actually. She was going to have her own book. And the book really didn't have a storyline. I'm making it up as I go. And it was probably going to be really childish. Oh, gosh. So I'm glad that I ended up giving Ben a book instead. I love Here's the Underdogs. I love Ben. I'll talk more about him later, but she gave me the idea for this book, and it was just great. So without her, first of all, I wouldn't have had the idea for it, and secondly, it never would have gotten written without Saige encouraging me along the way. She was with me every step of the way, reading it and hounding me for more. Oh gosh, it feels so bad. It always does, but look at how red it is underneath. I don't think I need to do all the underneath. I'm gonna wear a fedora after this anyway, so I'm just trying to get like the front and the back, wherever it's gonna show a lot. It is so weird. It also doesn't show up great on camera, but this is what we're working with, so. But yeah, but Saige gave me the idea and then kept me writing, and there were times when I just wanted to give up. I was just so done, and she would encourage me to continue and to write it, so I owe a lot to Saige. She's amazing. She also let me put 2 of her characters in the book, which is amazing, and I'm letting her put Ben in her book as well. We're sharing characters, but it was just, she's just incredible. So thank you so much, Saige. Yeah. Anyway, on to Ben. So I'm going to look at her questions. Oh gosh, my poor phone. It's going to be so gross. Okay. What is Ben's greatest fear? She likes to ask really hard questions, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer them all, because, like, Ben's my character, and I do know him, but I also don't know everything about my characters, and, like, this one is one that I usually hate because I don't really know how to answer it, so thanks, Saige. Yeah, Ben. So his greatest fear, I think, would just be being completely alone. Like, oh gosh, that made it worse. Having nobody at all. Because he is already pretty lonely in the book and has gone through a little bit of tragedy. And, you know, he doesn't like being alone. So I think that would be his greatest fear. That, and then probably something, like, really stupid, but I don't really know what, because, oh my goodness, if you know Ben, he is just the greatest goofball ever, and he's not serious too often. He likes to joke. He gets his sarcasm from me. But yeah, he's great. I love him. A little bit of backstory to his character. Ben was actually an imaginary friend that I had when I was like 6 or 7. I used to have imaginary friends, and they weren't just imaginary friends, like in the way where kids will have an imaginary friend that they talk to. My imaginary friends, I pretended to be. So he was one of my characters back then that I would pretend to be all the time. I would play games and pretend to be Ben. Oh gosh, this looks so horrible. So he has been with me now for like at least 14 years, I'd say. Just always stuck with me. And I gave him a book, and I made myself his aunt in the book. So if you don't know that, Aunt Michelle is actually kind of based on me, but it's funny because she's probably the least like me. I don't want to say that. She is a lot like me, but a lot of my characters are a lot like me. So she actually isn't quite so much like me sometimes, which is just funny because she was supposed to be me in the book, and I don't know that I did that very well. Next question. What is Ben's full name? Alright, so I actually had to look this up in the book and see if I ever said it, because if I hadn't, I wasn't going to say it here. Ben hates his middle name, and like, he does not tell anybody his middle name. He doesn't want anybody to know his middle name. Like, he hates it. But I do say it in the book, so I can tell everybody his full name. His full name is Benjamin Arminius Connley. He absolutely hates his middle name, Arminius. So Ben has just always been his name as long as I can remember, because, you know, he was an imaginary friend when I was very young, so like, I don't remember why I gave him that name or anything, but that was just his name. And then Arminius is the name of a friend's dog, and I don't know, I just decided that should be his middle name, and then Connley was just some random last name. Yeah, that's his full name, Benjamin Arminius Connley. And he hates it, but oh well. Okay, what is Ben's favorite holiday and why? I haven't really ever given this much thought. I'd say either Thanksgiving, because he loves to cook and loves having everyone together, or Halloween, and definitely not because of scary things. He doesn't like scary things, but he would love the trick-or-treating and the candy and dressing up, and yeah, so Halloween or Thanksgiving. One or the other. What is Ben's favorite memory? Anything having to do with his mom. Probably also a memory from when he was really young, and when his mom and his dad still got along a little bit better. That would definitely be a good memory, something with like the whole family. But also, this is a memory that I put in the book. I think I did. I forget sometimes what I've put in the book because I've written like short snippets about Ben and done a lot of role playing with him, and so sometimes I mix up what's actually in the book, which is really awful, but I'm pretty sure this one is in there somewhere. Ben used to go to the beach a lot with his mom, and she would collect shells and then make jewelry out of them, and so a lot of, you know, those times are always good memories, and he loves going to the beach still because it reminds him of her. So I do mention, I'm pretty sure I mentioned one in the book where like he used to run away from the waves because they were scary, but yeah, anything with his mom and any old memories with the whole family and everyone being happy together. I'm gonna sit like this for a while and just answer questions and see if this will dry on its own. Look at my hands. And then I will go wash it off and wash it off of my forehead and my face and then continue. But I'm just gonna ask some questions and let it dry a little bit on its own. So, I should probably also brush it. Let me wash one hand and do that. What is Ben's biggest goal in life? I'm skipping a couple just because I don't know how to answer them. I haven't really done my research, and yeah, so I can't just answer them how I would. But what is his biggest goal in life? He's got a couple. Kind of depends. Like, one is definitely to make some huge scientific discovery. I'm trying to wash one hand. The other one's pretty much dry, and I don't want to get it all wet and nasty. It's very difficult. So I'm distracted. Okay. So yeah, definitely to make some big scientific discovery, kind of as a like, haha, I told you so, to everybody who doubted him. He has a lot of theories about wormholes and time travel, and like teleportation and invisibility, and like, yeah, lots of pretty like out there theories, but there are also theories that like I love looking into because sometimes there's like the possibility that they could be possible. So yeah, he's got a lot of theories like that, and he would love to make some huge scientific discovery about them. Maybe not like inventing time travel, but finding a wormhole or inventing teleportation somehow or something like that. So that's definitely a goal, to be like a known figure in the scientific world, but also to have a family that's happy, have his own family, and to eventually be a good father. And yeah, so that's definitely another goal. What would Ben do with $1 million? He would use part of it to fund college or, you know, his scientific research, depending on when he got the $1 million. And then he would also use a good portion of it just to do something for Joanna, just to like get her something she really wanted, or gosh, I'm blanking. I can't do more than one thing at once. This was a very bad idea. I have a very one-tracked mind. I don't multitask. Anyway, yeah, so to do something for Joanna, to get her something really nice, or to take her on a trip, or just whatever. Definitely something involving Joanna for the majority of the money. Whatever didn't go towards science would go towards her. What is Ben's favorite book? I'm not exactly sure, but like his textbooks, his science textbooks, or some, you know, chemistry book, or something to do with science, okay? I like science, but not as much as Ben does, so I don't really know what book would be his absolute favorite, but definitely something having to do with science. That's easy. This is a good one. What does Ben like to do in his free time? So he likes to spend a lot of it with Joanna, but if he's not with her, or Joanna, I'm sorry, Saige, but I say Joanna, and so does Ben, so you gotta deal with it. But he likes to spend a lot of his time with her, and if he's not with her, then he likes to work on cars. If he didn't become a scientist, he would definitely be a mechanic, but he would rather be a scientist. So mechanics is just a hobby for him. So yeah, he works on cars, or does more science research. Lots and lots of science. In his free time, he's either with Joanna, working on cars, or doing research. What is Ben's favorite color? He doesn't have a favorite. He can't pick. His favorite color, in his words, is all the colors. So, no favorite, because picking a favorite would mean leaving the others out, and that would make them sad. So, every color is his favorite color. What does Ben like most about science? I think he just likes all of the possibilities of things. By the way, my hair looks so much more black in person. I'm going to have to put pictures in somewhere. And it's it's not drying, and I know I just added more, but still. Anyway, yeah, his favorite thing about science, I think, is like the possibilities. Like I said, wormholes, time travel, stuff like that. He likes just what you can do with it and how there's always more to find out. It's not a topic that you can ever exhaust because it's just so broad and you're always learning things. So He really loves that. What is Ben's favorite animal? Turtles. His favorite animals are turtles. He's so adorable. I love him. Yeah, so turtles are his favorite animal. I also mentioned this in the book. So a couple like cute little spoilers, but nothing too big involving the plot. Turtles are his favorite because he used to think he was a lot like them, really tough on the outside and then like soft on the inside. He was told that he is not tough on the outside either, he's just soft. And he didn't like that because he likes to think he's very tough, but he's not. But yeah, so turtles are his favorite. And if he got a tattoo, it would be of a turtle. Okay, she asks, what's a secret that Ben has never told anyone? And I don't really know, honestly. I'd have to think about that for a really, really long time, and I don't really have time right now. So I have no idea what the secret would be. Possibly something like really, really dumb from when he was little and he was just told to keep a secret, and like he's very proud that he has kept it. But he's also not really great at keeping secrets, so it couldn't be anything too big. It would have to be something like really small and dumb. So I don't know. Ooh, what is Ben's favorite word? See, a lot of hard questions that I don't know the answers to. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up and put the word in if I find one. Something really long and really big and really fun to say. Something really silly. And if you've seen Psych, it would be like something that Sean Spencer likes. Because, he's always, not always, but, he's got some funny words that he says that he just thinks are funny. Like Major General, or I don't know. I can't think of examples right now, but definitely something that's just like really ridiculous to say. Like redonkulous. Yeah, lots of crazy words. Oh, I know what one of them would be. Okay, so I don't remember what it is, but there's a word for the fear of long words, and it is this ridiculously long and complicated word, and he would love it just because of the irony. So that would be one of his favorites. If Ben could go anywhere for a week for free, where would he go? I'm going to assume that she means anywhere like place, not anywhere like when in time, because if he invented time travel, he would definitely go back to a time to see his mom. But if he could go any place in the world right now, he would take Joanna to Paris. That's what he would do. Or wherever she wanted to go, but Paris would definitely be his first thought. I don't know what she'd think of that. What would she think, Saige? You gotta let me know. So those are all of the questions that she gave me, which they're amazing, and thank you so much again, Saige. I just needed some questions. I wouldn't have known like what to say really. I can say a little bit more about Ben, but I didn't have really awesome questions for him. So, a little bit about Ben. He's 16 at the start of the book. He is a science nerd. He's very, very smart. Smarter than me, which it's very difficult to have characters that are smarter than you or that know things that you don't know, because then like you can still write them, but I can't answer some of these questions, or like I don't know everything that he does, and I can't answer everything that he could because he's just a genius. And I'm not. But he's very, very smart. He really likes people, but he's also kind of shy at first, and he doesn't like being in the spotlight. He does really well in the spotlight, but he doesn't like it. He's incredible. He's a great person. Really likes little kids. Oh yeah, fun fact about his story. So I don't even know how many siblings he has. I always have to look this up. But he has a ton of siblings. And this is all because he had a bunch of siblings when he was just an imaginary friend. And then me and some friends, when I moved to New York, I was 8. And for a few years, me and some friends would play imaginary games where we each were a different character, and then we would just like have adventures around the school while our parents were in a meeting, because my dad was the principal and the other kids' parents were teachers, and so we had to stay after school for like a couple hours once a week, and we would play games. I would be Ben, and one of my friends was Morgan, one was Marcus, and then sometimes a couple of little kids would join in, and they would be Ruby and Sapphire. So that's where Ruby and Sapphire's names came from. I don't really think Colette's parents would ever name their kids Ruby and Sapphire, so I've had to come up with an explanation for myself as to why those are their names, and it was a joke that Morgan played when her mom was pregnant with Ruby and Sapphire. She just started calling them that, and her parents were like, there's no way we're ever naming them that, that's not going to stick, but it just did end up sticking, and everybody kind of got used to it. So that's why their names are Ruby and Sapphire. But in reality, those are their names because those are the names that these young children chose. They were like, I don't know how old at the time. I might have been 11 or 12 when we stopped playing this. They're how much younger than me? They're like 6 years younger than me, so they were really little, and those were the names that they chose, and so that's where they came from. I also played Colette. I was Colette and Ben. So Marcus and Morgan are based off of those friends, as well as like how they played the characters, but they're very largely based off of the friends too. So anyway, so Ben has a huge family because while we were playing those games at, 11 or 12, I just decided to give him this massive family. And then when I was writing the book, it didn't really make a lot of sense, and I was... Okay, I am going to try to finish this out. I don't have very long, so I'm going to make this quick, but I'm all done dyeing it. Oh my gosh, the back is so bad. Just, it needs to be cut. But, this is my hair. I really don't like this stuff because it's all just like really hard and weird. Like, this stuff is great, depending, I don't know, it can be really great, but it's just not great for like your whole head unless maybe you have curly hair or something. But I'm also recording on my phone in case, for one, this doesn't save. I just had a really, really hard time saving the other video because I had like no space on my computer, and it was a whole thing. It took me like a couple hours, and I am so stressed. But it did finally save. I'm just going to try to make this really quick, and I'm also using my phone as backup, so I'm gonna switch between looking, and if I end up using the video from my phone, I'm not gonna be looking at the right spot. I usually don't anyway, so anyway, we're just gonna go with this. But yeah, my hair all dyed black. I don't really like it. I was like, this will let me know what I look like with black hair, but it's also not really it doesn't give me a great idea because I also can't do anything with my hair. So like, it's just weird and hard and it looks weird, but whatever. Ben also, though, always wears fedoras. So there's that. I should put this in a little ponytail. Ben used to do a ponytail. He liked having a ponytail until Colette cut it off and won't let him grow it back. But anyway, yeah, this is the black hair. I would also wear glasses, except that I hate them as much as Ben does. He doesn't wear his because he thinks they look nerdy, and he's already too nerdy and he doesn't like them. He wears contacts usually, which I don't have my contacts in either, but he does have glasses. They're just black, normal glasses, black frames, kind of like your typical nerdy glasses, but they look really good on him. He just doesn't like them, and I don't blame him because glasses are really annoying. Anyway, I'm gonna see what else I can get in about Ben. Hopefully this doesn't just cut off. This is probably a really bad idea. I should stop now, but I'm going to see what I can do, see what I can say before this ends. So just a little bit more about him. I mean, Ben has black hair, obviously. He has green eyes. I don't have green eyes. They're sometimes green, but not green like his. He has like dark foresty green eyes. He's kind of tan. I mean, he likes to work outside a lot and stuff, but he's also not like really super tan. He's a little bit more on the white side, but he is a little bit tan. He is 5'8", and he feels really, really short. He wishes he were taller. That's something that he's really sensitive about. I asked my friends one time, what does he dislike more about himself, his height or his like lack of muscles? And it's really both, because he hates being short, which 5'8" really isn't that short, but he's got a tall dad and his friends are tall and he just doesn't like it. So he hates being 5'8", but he also hates that like he has no muscle and he's just kind of scrawny, and like he's tried to bulk up and stuff before and it doesn't work too well. So yeah, he hates that. He hates both of them equally, really. Possibly he hates his scrawniness more than his height, but I'm not sure. I mean, he can change his scrawniness or his size, but he can't change his height, so I guess it kind of depends on the time in his life. When he goes to college, he does end up bulking up a little bit more, and so then he'll hate his height more. But anyway, I think that's going to be about it for this video. I wish I had more that I could like just say about him, but if you have any questions, let me know down below and I will answer any questions that anyone has about him. I guess I already did answer a bunch that Saige gave me, so thank you again, Saige. And thank you for helping me with the book and for loaning me your characters and for always being there to cheer me on. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Ben is my baby. He is my favorite character and will always be my favorite character. He's fun and sarcastic and goofy and loves making people feel better. If you see someone just sitting alone, looking sad or crying, he will be the first one to go over and see if he can make them feel better, make them laugh any way that he can. He's not afraid to be goofy. He loves kids, really loves kids. And he loves family. Doesn't always love his family, but there are reasons for that. Yeah, he's just amazing. He's kind of snarky sometimes, but also like he'll try to be sassy or something and it really doesn't work. He pouts a lot if he doesn't get something, or I don't know, he just pouts a lot. So whenever I'm feeling really just upset and kind of pouty, usually when I'm really tired, I feel like Ben. Like, all right, this is Ben coming through. This is where Ben got this. And my characters, I really do like feel their emotions sometimes, and it's really weird. Yeah, it's an author thing, okay? If you're a writer, you might get it. Your characters talk to you and stuff sometimes, but it's just part of being a writer. So there's lots of little things I could say about him, but I don't want to keep going and have everything crash again. But yeah, Ben, he's a great character and I love him. And if you want to learn more about him and learn about his story, then check out Here's to the Underdogs. It's on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. Yeah, I guess that's it. And keep a lookout for Saige Ross and her books. I can't wait to own some of her books. I'm still waiting for her to write them and publish them, but as soon as she does, I'm going to buy them. And I love having my friends' books, and someday, hopefully, I'll have a whole shelf of just books that people I know have written. I have a couple right now. I have A Poet's Dictionary by Havila Gale. I'll leave links to all of these down below. If I can find them, I think I can find all of them. There's one I'm not sure about, but I have A Poet's Dictionary, which is just a collection of poems, but I love Havila's poems. They're amazing. And I know her from the Young Writers Workshop, which is a writing community I used to be a part of, and I miss everyone there, but yeah, we weren't like really, really close friends, but I have talked to her a few times, and I love her poetry so much. She's amazing. So check out A Poet's Dictionary if you love poetry, or even if you don't. Like, I'm not always a huge fan of poetry, but there are a few poets that I love, and she's one of them. And another poetry book I have is, I think it's called The Narrow Way Home, or The Narrow Road Home. I'll put its title down below. But someone in the town I used to live in, he gave it to me. We exchanged books. And it's another collection of poetry. And then I have Dust and The Girl Who Could See by Kara Swanson. And she's another person from Y-Dubs. I really haven't talked to her very much. I didn't really talk to her on Y-Dubs either, but I still kind of know her. So I feel like I can say she's a friend whose books I have, even though we really haven't talked. But yeah, she's really doing well for herself, and I'm really glad. So I have her 2 books, and then the final one I have is Like a Feather by Naomi Kenyon, and she's a friend from Instagram. And I finally bought her book. I haven't read it yet. I'm so sorry. I'm still finishing Dust. Yes, it has been a very long time, but I've been busy and I procrastinate, and if you've been watching any of my other videos, you probably know that reading, even though I love books and I do love reading and I love stories, I don't always love reading, and it's not usually my go-to really fun thing, and it takes me a while to get into a book and it takes me a long time to finish. So I am working on this one. I do love it. I've gotten to some really exciting parts, and then I just haven't picked it back up. I do want to know what happens. I just haven't picked it up. But as soon as I finish Dust, I'm going to read Like a Feather, and I look forward to it. So those are the books I have by people that I know, either friends or just people I've kind of seen in passing, you might say. But I hope to someday have a bunch more. It'd be really, really amazing. It makes me so excited to see books by friends. So, yeah, I can't wait for that. Anyway, I'm going to end this. Shoot. My phone stopped recording, so hopefully my computer will save this. Anyway, have a great day. Maybe I will leave a clip from my phone in just to do like a comparison of video quality. Yeah, this is my Ben Connley cosplay. Black hair, fedora. So if you ever want to do a Ben cosplay, if you have black hair, perfect. If you don't worry. But yeah, a fedora, definitely some sort of nerdy shirt. Star Wars or science or Doctor Who or just anything kind of like nerdy. And jeans, sneakers. Yeah, that's pretty good. And if you have glasses, then perfect. Wear those too. And I'm going to end this here. So have a blessed day, everyone.